Hi everyone, it's Uber Lady with the IE in Texas. It's kind of overcast today. I haven't made a video in a little while, so I thought I would YouTube today. I didn't get I just started. It's had one student that I picked up off campus, and it's already 3:15. So anyway, but that's okay. I went to Houston on my other job yesterday, and I was in Houston all day. Came back last night, and but that was a good trek, and that was good. But I made a sort of a list of some things that I wanted to talk about, because I get on here and I forget what I'm going to say. So, hey, Uber Lady Charlotte. Hey, Baltimore. Oh my gosh, I can't remember your name. I want to say Chi-Chi, but that is not it. I know it's not. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to get it right. So, but I'll put y'all's links down underneath. And if you want to share, if you want to subscribe or thumbs up, that would be great. I'm not really doing this for anything other than just me. I really sort of have a self-confidence issue about the way I present myself to people. Not the way I present, but the way that people react to me. I've always been told that one of the reasons I don't date, and that men tend to not come over to the table and talk to me as opposed to my girlfriends when we're out having a drink or dinner or whatever, is because they're intimidated by me. I don't know. I mean, I'm probably the most unintimidatingly person you could ever know. So one of my friends said, maybe it's because you laugh so loud. Well, if that's it, then they got a problem. So and that's kind of what I've come to understand in the last couple of years, is that it's I can only do my best, and if it's not good enough for somebody else, then that person doesn't belong in my world. So anyway, I wanted to talk today about how Uber has really made me different and made my life better in the last 4 months. And I've got this air conditioner right on me. I'm sitting in front of Barnes & Noble like I always do. This is my place that I get pinged. So anyway, what Uber has done for me in the last 3 or 4 months is it's helped me feel better about me. My business has always been sort of on again, off again through the summer. All people who are self-employed, normally, unless you're in the AC business or something, usually have a slowdown because people, especially if it's voluntary stuff that you offer, a service that you offer, and mine is. So mine had slowed down, and I didn't really know how I was gonna pay my bills and pay my rent and my office rent, so I started Ubering, and immediately there was a difference in me. I suffer from depression and anxiety. I was having anxiety this morning. I didn't get out until late, but I picked up the first kid. His name was Laredo. I just love that. These kids' names are, and I say kid, he's probably 22. But anyway, and we talked, and and I'm so much better now just from talking to somebody and not just sitting up and holding up in my apartment. But financially, what it's done for me is it's given me some freedom. In the past, I got divorced 6 years ago, and I would have been a stay-home mom from '86 until 2001. And then we moved here, and because of the cost of living here, I had to get a job. Didn't do well in the job. It was computer stuff, and computer age passed me by when I was. So I was a substitute teacher in San Antonio. Moved here, got a job. Computer just passed me by because I didn't know Excel and all those different things. So went to school, sort of a tech school, to learn how to be a hypnotist, and I opened my practice in 2003. And that's what I've been doing ever since. And I got my divorce in 2010, and it was sustainable for me. Now, did I have extra money? No. Am I used to going on vacations? No. We didn't have enough money. We had enough money, but we had other priorities when I was a stay-home mom, and my ex-husband was a workaholic. So he just worked and came home and worked and came home, and I took care of everything at home, and I loved it. I loved being a stay-home mom. So anyway, after my divorce and we sold the house and everything, I invested some of the money, and but I was doing TV commercials for my my business, and so the advertising was really eating into any kind of profit I would have made and into my retirement. So I stopped the TV commercials about a year or two ago, and that helped a lot. And but I still didn't have enough money. Everything was being stretched to the limit, and I wasn't unhappy. I was very calm. I was very you know, after my divorce, I just started learning who I was and who I am. So anyway, I started doing Uber, and I had enough money to pay my bills, and I had enough money to send a little bit to my daughter to help her if she needed it, or just give her some money. I even had enough money to open 2 savings accounts. One saving account is for the income tax that I'm going to have to pay next year on the Uber income from this year. And the other one is for, I refer to it as my emergency money. I've heard other people in the finance industry talk about you need to have 3 months of money in your account that's enough money in your account to pay for 3 months of bills, or to live for 3 months. And so I've started building that up, and I've never in my life had extra money to be able to do that. I also have to pay for my own insurance because I don't work for a corporation or anything. So I have an insurance savings account, so I have 3, and I have Obamacare, and I've had it for 3 years. I'm so glad I have it. I would never want any of my family to have to pay for anything if I had to have surgery on my leg or have a heart attack or anything like that. I would never want anybody in my family to have to feel responsible for paying for any of that. It's just, that would just make me so sad. So I don't particularly care for the insurance that I have because they made us get HMO, and I had already had my doctors established they don't take HMO, but that's okay. My doctors give me a break on my visits. And if I have something, you know, big, I can use the HMO at the hospital here because it's a wonderful hospital. But I guess what my point is I hear a lot of people complaining about how much they don't make with Uber and how much Uber takes. And I have to tell you, by the time I take out all my savings account stuff, you know, for taxes, for emergency, for insurance, and then pay for my gas and the little bit of upkeep that I have on my car, because I've always kept my car running really well. My dad said, if you change the oil and check the air in your tires, your car will treat you well, and it truly is true. I've had enough money. I mean, I've been able to save money in my accounts that I didn't know I could. So when people complain about it, I get it. But what they don't get is they've never lived below the poverty line. And if you've ever lived below the poverty line and you weren't able to even save a penny, and you were having to get money from somewhere else, or help from somewhere else, or food stamps, or welfare, or Medicare, or whatever, you appreciate the fact that Uber is giving us an opportunity to do this. And I'm meeting wonderful people. Are they friends? No, but you know, it's just interesting to meet new people. I meet students, and I meet people from the airport, and you know, they're from all over the world. They're from all over the United States, and they love to hear about Texas, and they love to hear about the university. And you know, I'm third generation university, and I know the history of the university. I know the history of Texas, and people are just fascinated by it, and I really enjoy it. It brings me happiness. I've done a lot of Ancestry.com, so I know, how my family, is involved in all of it. So anyway, I just wanted to make a video that showed the better side. I don't know if that's the right word to say. The side that people are really sustaining themselves on Uber. Is it going to last forever? Probably not. Was my hypnosis practice going to last forever? Sure, my hope was that it would. Will I ever have to go back to that? Maybe. But right now, I'm thinking I'm going to have to close it down because it's costing me more to keep it running than it is to close it down because I'm having to pay rent on my office. So, and I don't have, and I don't really have the clients to sustain the rent that I'm paying on my office. I have a really nice office over in the historic section, and it's in a little historic building, and it's really cute and really nice. But if you can't afford it, you can't afford it, and you got to make choices. And my choice is, this is making me money right now. What's going to happen next month or next year? You know what? I don't know. But that's life. Life is a big question mark sometimes. In my whole life, I've been the one to make decisions. I've been the one to take care of people. I've been the one that has had to be the responsible one. And right now, I think I'm just going to fly by the seat of my pants, and this is working for me right now. Now, I do have savings. I do have some retirement that I could cash in if I needed to, but that's beside the point. The point is, this is making me feel good right now. I feel productive. I feel like I'm helping people because I have helped people in the car because of the kind of work that I do, and that I'm, I listen to people and help them, and I do in my car anyway. I'm rambling, but I really get irritated with people who are really complaining that Uber's not giving them enough money. You know what? Get out there and work the hours. I work anywhere from 40 to 60 hours a week. The best week I ever had, I made $1,100. We had a big football game, but I made it. But I also worked 61 hours. So if you want the money, you got to work the hours. And what better office to have than your own car? So anyway, that's what I have to say about Uber. My driving it and my business makes me so sad. But in my gut, and I always go with my gut's telling me this is what I probably need to do right now for my world. So, okay, I'm going on 8 or 9 minutes now, so I'm going to let everybody go. I love you, and Uber Lady Charlotte. I'm still listening to your videos, and we need one. We need a story time. Okay, we need a story time about your Halloween. I think that would be funny. Okay, y'all take care and have a wonderful afternoon. And I love you, Jennifer.